Hey, this is Tim, otherwise known as Kentucky Fried Nerd, here with part two of the St. Louis airdrop. So, we got slingers. Those were delicious. They were amazing. And now we have their special that they show on the side of the building, which is their 6 sliders for $7.50 with cheese. They're $6 if you get them without cheese.
6 for 6.
6 for 6, yeah.
It's not 6 for the one.
$6 for 6 of these. You get them in a big greasy sack, and $7.50 for them with cheese. And we have these. The way they cook them, they put the patty down, put some onions on top, griddle fry them. Then when they turn them over, the onions are on the bottom, and then you get a little bit of a White Castle effect. And then they put them on buttered bun with a little bit of mustard because I asked. And we're going to see how it is. It's definitely kind of a mix between what you get at a White Castle and what you get when you eat like a New Jersey slider. I personally think this is one of the best burgers you can get in St. Louis. See, they're little. See how big my hand is? They're about the size of a White Castle. Hi, everybody. So they're good. They're really good for soaking up liquor. Like if you've been out on town, Eat Rite is downtown. So, you've been hitting the bars, you've been listening to, you've been, talking about how she used to call you on her cell phone. You definitely want to get some of these after a bunch of those. So, but they are, I'm going to eat another bite.
Give it another pat. Tell it it's been a good burger.
It's really good. So definitely give those a try. Definitely if you're in St. Louis. Now this is the chili. You saw it on the slinger. But here it is in its own
Pure
glory.
form.
Yeah, look at that.
Glorious.
That is the fuel that fueled the 50s right there. That is 1950s style, St. Louis style bean chili. So here we go.
Is it as glorious as it looks?
That's pretty good. It's not spiced. It's not hot.
Oh, you're committing a food felony. Do you realize that?
What am I doing?
You are drinking Mountain Dew with St. Louis food. You remember how hard it was to find Mountain Dew in St. Louis?
Yeah, they don't have a lot of...
They don't have Mountain Dew. You gotta look everywhere for Mountain Dew.
Well, remember they didn't advertise it when we were at Cave City and Horse Cave because Ski had taken over that area.
Ski.
Which I have not stopped drinking Ski. They recently put it in this area at a couple of stores.
Keep on drinking that Ski. Lots of Ski.
Stop with the Lil Wayne jokes. Those of you that love Lil Wayne, I'm sure I got a lot of those.
And most people won't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, look up Lil Wayne Ski. Yeah. Anyway, so the chili is not hot at all as far as like spice. But it is spicy. You definitely can taste. You can actually taste the cayenne in it. They apparently cook their beans really slow and low because you can taste beans very much so in here. But you can also taste a lot of the meat. So it's really simple, but because it's homemade...
For the video, like, take some up and down.
Because
that's good.
It's actually homemade, you can actually get more of a taste of it not having completely come together, which is actually what you want. I mean, in something that's canned already, you would be able to tell, but with this, it you can taste the separate elements. So. Alright, so that takes care of St. Louis Airdrop Part 2. Part 3 is going to be coming up. Make sure and subscribe so that you can see 3, or at least search it, here in a week or two. It will be up in a few days. It's going to be showing something very dear to my heart, which is Emo's Pizza. Now, I've got a couple of more in the pipeline, but I just wanted to come on here to let you know how important it is to me that you share my videos on Facebook if you really liked them. And make sure to comment if you have anything to say. A restaurant that this reminded you of, or especially we ordered 2 tamales, but we only got 1. These are the pressed factory tortilla, or tamales, that they have in Chicago, that they put in the mother-in-law sandwich. If you don't know what that is, look that up. I'm going to try to get to that at some point. But this is a factory processed tamale, and it's hard to get those around here. So I wanted to try one and see how it is. All right, here we go. I really wish we had those around here. They're factory made, but they're really, really good. And I know, people that want like homemade tamales or real, actual Mexican tamales won't want something like this, but this is something that came into the South from immigrants. And then when the people moved south into the big cities in Chicago and St. Louis and the north in the early 20th century, they brought these with them, and that's how they started doing the factories and everything. So it's really good. It's only $1.50. Alright, so that takes care of St. Louis Airdrop Part 2 on FewdFinds. Part 3 is going to be coming up pretty soon. It has a place that's very dear to my heart, Emo's Pizza, in it, so make sure and watch. Subscribe if you really like the videos. I'm going to come in and tell you all the share and subscribe stuff here in a minute, so I'm not going to go through with that, other than to say, if you have any place that this reminded you of, any restaurant, or especially if there's a place in Kentucky or the surrounding region that that you think needs some YouTube love, make sure and put that in the comments. That is really important. I really want to show these places, especially the ones that, maybe need a little more business or need, some fame. Get on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives or something. Tell me. Now, the last thing I want to say is I have some subscriptions. People have been subscribing. It's getting a little better. If I can get up to 100 subscriptions, though, I'm going to put a new Billy Bob video up, and I'm going to put some real... Well, I put love into it anyway, but I'm going to put plenty of love into it. So, love you guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you liked this episode of FewdFinds. Make sure to give a like, put in a comment, horrible comment if you want. I know you guys. I know you lovely 4chan deep web guys love to, yeah. But if you like the video, comment below. So. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.